welcome to Geeks Around discussion vidcast series. We're here to discuss, of course, Game of Thrones season 5, first episode premiered last night. Very, very exciting. I thought it was a pretty good episode. Let's go ahead and get through intros before we get into that. Normally I would start with staff, but today we're going to start with the birthday boy, Lou Rod. First off, happy birthday, Lou Rod. Secondly, what did you think of this episode?
Thank you, and honestly, I was bored out of my mind. I expected a little bit more than what we got, but I guess I'm used to the premiere episodes having a little more action than what it did.
Okay, all right. I guess I can get that. It's like, okay, moving on to, it's like continuing our introductions with our editor-in-chief of GeeksAround.com, Matt Moore. Matt, what did you think of this episode?
There we go. Sorry, I had to unmute myself. My computer's being a little slow. I actually enjoyed it. It was a good starter for what we're getting. The opening scene was brilliant. I really liked what they did there with the predictions and things like that. And yeah, I really liked the episode. There wasn't a whole lot of action, obviously, as Lou said, but still, I'd rather have story than action.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that. It's like, particularly when it comes to Game of Thrones. Community manager Knuckles Goldberg, what did you think of this one, Ma? Well, it's like Knuckles is still having some internet issues there. That's unfortunate. Okay, so in that case, it's like we're just going to roll on. And yeah, it's like I did think it was really, really interesting how they started this one off with something that Game of Thrones really hasn't done. It's like we've seen lots of other shows use flashbacks and things of that nature, but this is the first time that I've seen it on Game of Thrones. That it really did throw me for a loop. I wasn't expecting that, and I liked it.
And huge surprise, Cersei was a bitch.
Yeah, who could have possibly saw that coming?
She was beyond a bitch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like she got a prediction she probably didn't want to hear.
Yeah.
She was warned. She was absolutely warned.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I'm not going to give you information that you want to have.
Oh, definitely. And this episode is like for the majority of what was going on in King's Landing was dealing with, of course, the death of Tywin Lannister at the hands of the badass, the Imp. And
the Imp with the Gimp.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think we can call him the Pimp Imp.
Imp. Yeah. I definitely like that.
Yeah, I mean, he used that pimp slap on Joffrey pretty nice. He's got the pimp hand.
Oh, absolutely.
And he knows how to control his hoes.
Yeah, definitely. But also, finding it hard to think, y'all. It's like, this has been a long day. I apologize about that. But the one thing that caught me in this episode was pretty much Cersei getting pissed off at Jaime for freeing Tyrion in the first place, because at least she figured out pretty quickly that's how he escaped. It's like I will give her props for that. I mean, that is something that is a very Jaime thing to do.
I think everybody knows Jaime's the one who let him go.
What was that, Matt?
I was going to say, and it takes away the one family member that actually liked Tyrion, and yeah, and of course that's Jaime. It kind of takes that away from Tyrion, which is kind of cool and kind of sad.
Yeah, definitely kind of sad, but Tyrion kind of did have to do that. He really kind of did. But it's like, do y'all think it's fair for Cersei in this case to directly blame Jaime for their father's death?
In her mind, yes.
I'm not asking in her mind. I'm asking in general. What do you think?
Oh, it's not fair for her to blame Jaime for it at all, because he had no idea that that's what Tyrion would do. he had no idea that Tywin was playing Tyrion for like forever with Shay.
Right.
If he knew that information, if he knew that, then of course, yeah, it would be Jaime's fault because Jaime should know better. But Jaime was just trying to help his brother.
Yeah, the only person that likes him, the only person.
Well, I'm not going to say Jaime's the only person. Well, as far as family, yes. But there's a few other people within the realm that like him secretly, but they would never publicly say they did.
Oh yeah, it's like I'm sure he made quite a few friends, if nothing else, than what happened during the events of the Battle of Blackwater.
Yeah.
So he's got friends out there, and Varys and him. It's like, hey, Varys is at this point is the only friend he kind of has left.
Yeah, pretty much. He's like.
And Roderick.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
Roderick's
Podrick.
nowhere near there.
Yeah, he doesn't know what's
Podrick,
going
sorry.
on.
Yeah, but it's interesting now. It's like they seem to be kind of setting up a meeting between Daenerys and Tyrion.
Yep.
And I just kind of want to see that happen.
Same here. I do too.
That's to me is one of the cool things about Game of Thrones, like these different interactions, because we have characters. I mean, this show has been on like 5 years now. You have characters that have never ever been in scenes together at all for 5 years.
That's a long time.
What I want to know, and this is as close to a wild speculation as I have, is Tyrion going to try and get into her pants? And will he succeed?
No and no.
You don't think so?
No.
You don't think he's even going to try?
No.
He'd think about it, but I don't think he'd actually do it. It's like, that would be kind of funny to see.
Yeah, it would be funny.
Tyrion hitting on Daenerys.
Honestly, I wouldn't put it past him once he's sober.
That's true too. Once he gets off his grief.
Yeah, well, sobriety doesn't seem to be very high up on Tyrion's list of priorities right now, and given all the shit that he's gone through and what he's lost, really hard to blame him.
Yeah, which is really cool too. I really like the actor. It was like we had a really nice, pretty much a broken down Tyrion. He's pretty much drunk, smells like whiskey and piss and shit, because this whole events of it. So that was really, really cool. I like how the spider is pretty much like building him back up, because he sees potential and he sees that he can help Daenerys within politics more, because Daenerys is not good in politics. Tyrion is.
Well, no, it's not No, go ahead, Matt. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say that they took everything away from Tyrion. I mean, Tyrion's got nothing left except his brain and his dick. Now those are the two things he relies on. Those are really the only two things he really relies on. But to take all of that away from him just kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But remember, he also gave you his shit through a blowhole.
Yes, he did.
But I did like how it was. Because it's set up for something like DeAno says, set up something very, very big. Because the Great War, I'm just thinking to myself that it's gonna be like it's gonna be more about King's Land. It's gonna be more about the whole country itself. It's gonna be like the soul, like who's gonna dictate the soul of King's Land, or pretty much everything else around the world in Game of Thrones. So it's gonna be really interesting how it all plays out. It's gonna be really, really cool. Because I like that build up.
I like that we went to another land. And it wasn't on a goddamn horse.
Yeah. Change of scenery is good. It's like, well, what I'm glad about is that we didn't have a bunch of episodes about the boat ride over. That would have been that would have been more than I could take.
That's too much like Roots. That's too much like Roots.
Okay, you're an idiot. But the really fascinating thing. You're an idiot.
It's true though. It's true. They spent the whole time on the boat. There was an uprising on the boat. People got killed on the boat, and then here they are.
Nigga, Roots ain't been relevant in 20 fucking years. Did you bring that shit up?
Exactly. That's my ordeal. That's my thing.
So nobody told you fuck about Roots.
I know no one does, but hey, that makes a good point I made.
I honestly I didn't catch what you said, and I don't even want to know.
In Da Vinci Code, they have boat scenes, long as hell boat scenes that make no sense to deal with.
Okay, what Da Vinci are you referring to?
I don't know. I don't care. We're moving on. An interesting point that I had in the show is like something I did not expect is that Varys is a part of a crew that's actively trying to get Daenerys Targaryen into power over the Seven Kingdoms. That was a surprise to me because that's always been Daenerys' endgame. That's what she wants more than anything. I kind of thought that everyone in Westeros was against the idea of a Targaryen taking power, so I was surprised to learn that there's apparently quite a few people who are completely unbeknownst to her on her side in this.
Right, because you got to compare it to Stannis, Bolton, and the new king, quote unquote, of King's Landing. So the barrel is pretty much slim. It's very, very slim.
I was gonna say, like, wouldn't you be a little worried of putting a Targaryen back in power after the fucking Mad King just like randomly slaughtered families, like, for shits and the giggles?
Yeah. It's like I would certainly have concerns, just because the family name is like obviously you can't judge anybody based off of who their family is or whatever, but still it's like that's going to be a concern. It's like maybe this being batshit insane thing is a family trait. You don't know.
Thank you for saying it that way and not the other way.
Yeah, I was like, I am like burning that phrase from my vocabulary forever. I'm not going to say it anymore. It's like it's just ruined. Just fuck that phrase.
There's also two other facts about the Targaryens that probably are setting people off, and that is the Targaryens, at least one of them in every generation, have a superpower, like immunity from fire. That's magic. That's strange. That's different. That's not necessarily what you want to see in your ruler. And the Targaryens are very well known for coupling with each other. Now, that never happens in the Lannister family. But it happened a lot in the Targaryen family.
Mm-hmm.
The Targaryen family very much like each other.
What?
I remember.
I don't remember seeing that at all.
I remember Daenerys' brother's secret ability. I remember very well his secret power.
Catching on fire after he had gold poured over his head?
Pissing off literally every single human being in his presence.
Okay. He had one thing.
By the time Drogo killed his ass, it's like, ain't nobody like that motherfucker by then. Yeah. Not even Danny.
Danny's brother had another brother by the name of Isaiah.
No, that's that would make him a Targaryen.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's like I'm not sure I like that.
You're not saying that Isaiah's good at pissing people off, are you?
What? Does he do that?
No,
not our Isaiah. That never happens.
No, he's so.
But speaking of family members sleeping with each other, we also got to see Cersei's cousin that she hooked up with when Jaime was gone.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he's a wacko.
And he's the Sparrow. He was the Sparrow, and it's like he's walking across with like his chest like all showing, and she's all checking him out, and it's just like, that's your fucking cousin. Like, back away.
Yeah, that is her fucking cousin. So she.
All bullshit aside, we were talking about this yesterday, and I'm like, I think George R.R. Martin had some twisted family issues when he was writing these books. Because he got some serious incest.
I have to agree with that.
I think he had a thing for his sisters back in the day, boy, if he had them. Because I don't know who would write some kind of crazy, freaky shit like that into a book.
Well, he might be writing it in the book because it is crazy, freaky shit, and he just wanted to inject it. But that's not crazy, freaky shit that would come to my mind right away.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we get introduced to the Sparrows.
Yeah, the Sparrows.
Who are just a bunch of dickheads, from what I can tell, religious dickheads.
Yeah, and that's kind of the way I was looking at it too.
Yes, ruining people's fun and pleasures. Fucking ass cock blockers.
Yeah, just gonna come up in the Littlefinger's place and start knocking motherfuckers around, and that's just rude.
Rude, crude. Oh no. That's
I
just
would
so
demand a
wrong.
refund. I would demand a refund. I left here with blue balls. Fucking Littlefinger owes me money.
Exactly. Where's my money?
Speaking of Littlefinger, it's like we might as well go ahead and switch to that. I was cracking up watching that little titty-sucking little bitch.
That was pathetic. That
Try to
was so
smile.
sad.
I was laughing my ass off.
Good lord. Cripple Boy is more better swordsman than you.
Oh, sorry. They gave us two scenes where, you had him pretending to swing, and then you had at least the other kid who had heart and bravery with it, because, god damn, you're supposedly going to be king of this realm, and you can't even swing a sword without screaming like a little girl.
No, he's screaming like a little bitch. Not a girl, a bitch. Like, really? Really, dude? Stop screaming so much. This is Game of Thrones. Grow some balls.
I was trying to be nice.
I'm not nice. Like, no. He was a prolonged bitch. Like,
Oh
really,
my
really,
god. Dude, I swear to god, if that was my fucking son, I would have went up and punched the shit out of him.
It's like, no, I'll put him in that.
This is a kid that has literally spent his entire life up until this point sucking on his mother's titty. Literally.
No, I'll send him to the Boltons. Like, I'll send him to the Bolton. Like, hey, go to see Bolton over there. He's going to teach you how to be a man. Well, he might torture you, but it's going to be okay.
He likes to skin motherfuckers for fun.
Hey, but he's still a person who can survive in the world. So he's pretty much more tougher if he can skin a man alive, or anyone alive, really. So you
Oh
train with him.
god.
It's like, anybody could teach this little motherfucker how to be a better man than he is right now. Fucking Ellen DeGeneres could teach this motherfucker how to be more of a man than he is.
No, Hodor can teach him. Like, he was like, Hodor, you gotta do Hodor. Okay. I'll do that.
Oh, and then when Littlefinger walked away with the guy, talking about, when I return, I hope to see some significant improvement. And the guy's like, dude, I'll try my best, but there's no promises.
For real.
Possible. Like, he was terrible. His stance, his swordmanship, his shield is like, wow. Keep your shield up.
All right, Isaiah. I'm gonna come visit you in Columbus, Ohio. I'm gonna bring 2 broadswords, and we'll see how well you defend yourself.
Not that much.
I promise not to stab you. That's the only promise I can give.
So I don't believe him on that. Like, no, I don't believe him on that one. He might actually kill me.
Oh, I love the analogy. Oh, boys go to war at 13. Not him. He was sucking at mama's teta.
He's getting that free milk. He's getting that free milk, son.
But seriously, like, I mean, just I remember being a kid and just playing around sword fighting with sticks with friends. It's like, I mean, I was fucking better than that. And I was 6.
Isaiah's fucking free milk like it's government cheese.
Exactly. You see what I mean? Even I know how to do that easily. Come on, man. He's like,
oh, man. Hey, put a moon roof in front of that kid and things might be different.
I guess. I mean, that shit was just it was fucking embarrassing.
I want to shake my head so hard, like, oh dear Jesus. Is he trying to fight or is he trying to run away with the little girl? I think it's both.
I think Sansa would have got up and did better than what he was doing.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow. So pathetic.
And also, we have our new dynamic duo in Brienne and Podrick. What's looking like the beginning of what I'm sure will be a beautiful friendship if Brienne actually just lets him do anything.
Right.
Yeah, you're a squire? How are you a squire? I'm not a knight. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, stop following me, basically.
Yeah, fuck off.
Just go away.
Follow your own path. Leave me alone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a little bit messed up because, I mean, Podrick might... Podrick is Podrick, but his heart's always in the right place. And
I think Podrick needs to pull out some of those magical abilities he pulled off in the whorehouse. Use that on Brienne. and Brienne would, and then they can get along.
Okay,
That
I
would
agree
be
with that.
hilarious.
But that's if Brienne
Stu
floats
handled
that way.
4 women, and those 4 women were praising him afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Like Podrick.
Bet on Brienne, and they'd never separate.
Yeah.
Yeah, but are you positively sure that Brienne floats that way?
That's true.
I don't know.
That is
That's a
true.
good question.
Oh yeah, of course she floats that way. She's been in love with 2 different guys, Jaime Lannister and the guy she was talking, the one she squired for. I forget what his name was.
Oh, he
but
died.
The king? Her first king?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was his
Elmer
first
brother.
king. He died. He died though. Yeah.
I don't
But
remember.
yes, like I mean, there's been no indication whatsoever that Brienne's lesbian. None.
No, I didn't see nothing at all either.
She ain't getting none either.
Well, she's a knight. She's pretty much trained. She's pretty much honed in.
She's
So there's
not a
other
knight.
dude-
That's the point.
Dude,
Well, she was trained as a knight though.
Jamie gets his business done.
Well, that's Jamie.
All them other knights and fighters and all that they go to before they go to war they bust one. Brienne don't do shit.
I was gonna say Jamie gets some, but that's I mean let's be honest. You only need one hand.
Actually, you need your sister. That's all you need. He just needs his sister. He just needs his sister. He's good to go.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. It's like I mean, Jamie doesn't have any problem getting some. It's like I mean, he is not the pussy getting motherfucker that his brother is, but
Right.
he's
His
close.
brother
He's
pays
close.
for it though.
Regardless of the
brother
fact,
pays
To
for
be
it, though.
his
fair,
brother loved that shit.
But however, I'm just saying, his brother can go for his sister. Like, yeah, I go for my sister. That's actually free for me. So yeah. What? It's true.
Yeah, it's like
No, I'm not saying
it's
nothing
true
to you, I'm
that Tyrion pays for his, but at least he goes outside of the family to get some.
Right.
Well, there is that.
Just gotta
Yeah.
put that out there.
Yeah. He also raped his sister one time in front of her dead son. So yeah.
That wasn't a rape.
Well, it's hard to say. She said
No,
no.
it's actually pretty easy to say because they've said multiple times that wasn't a rape. It wasn't. That comes from the director of the episode and both actors that were in that scene. So if you never know, that's because you're dumb and you don't pay attention.
I don't know. She was
That
saying
was
no
just-
like crazy.
Dude, it was a scene where it was inappropriate, where she might have not wanted it at first, but she
Yeah.
gave in a few
Easily.
minutes into it. So, it's not a rape.
This conversation could get very political very quickly, so let's avoid that.
Well, no, it's
Okay.
like there's no politics here. It's like I mean, it's just that's the way the scene was intended. The
It was very convincing though.
way it was written out. It's like yeah, it just wasn't a rape.
It was convincing though, the way it was.
Well, then the director did its job.
Yep, I agree with that. And plus, they did the same thing with what they did with Joffrey. They gave him that crazy looking pebble eyes. Like, wow, is he supposed to be anime now? Is he supposed to he's gonna be anime in the afterlife? Because I mean, yes, they did in those times as well, but it's kind of funny though. I mean, it's really, really funny.
Yeah, bro, those fucking coins on the eye, that's just some creepy shit.
Yeah, but also the one thing I really like that scene is
Oh
when
no,
he played,
that's not creepy shit. That's actually done quite often. That's done.
Oh, I
quite
knew it
often.
was.
Anyway.
I've seen it in different movies as well, but
Yeah, that's done here in the non-fictional world.
Right.
That those coins are supposed to usher you into the afterlife because when you get to the underworld, Oberon, what's his name, DeAno? I assume you know who I'm talking about.
I forget his
Oberon or
name, but it's
something
like those coins
The
are
boatman.
meant to pay the boatman to cross the river Styx.
right.
And
And,
it has been used for a very long time to put coins over the ice to help
Yeah.
usher them into the afterlife. Otherwise, they are stuck
In
between
purgatory.
and the afterworld.
Have fun in purgatory. But I did want to ask you guys this question. It was very important for
42.
It's about Daenerys because
Purple.
Yes,
It's
I
always
would
purple.
get that.
No, I'm talking about that. I'm talking about the dragon. It's actually loose somewhere. Would that be playing like a big hindrance to her? Because taking over the throne is not the problem. It's just the dragons out there, and her dragons that she locked away are not too happy. So
They're too pleased with her ass right now.
no, they're not. Like you locked us away. What's up with that? So the only question is like, okay, she's trying to take over the throne, but she has to worry about the dragon first, right?
Now,
Oh, yeah.
I want to get this straight. I think I understand this. Is the dragon that is loose? Is his name actually Drogon? Is it that fucking stupid a name? That's what I think I heard her say. That
I
his
think it's
name was
Drogo.
the dragon.
I think it's Drogo. I'm not 100% sure. Let me look it up right quick.
Really?
I'm gonna buy a dog and I'm gonna name him Dog.
Well, that actually, I think it is Drogo, because that shit was trending on Twitter yesterday.
Oh yeah, it is Drogon. Yeah, I looked it up.
Because I mean, the dragon's more fierce and more deadly than his other siblings. So she has to find that dragon.
And Matt, when I was a kid, I had a dog. His name was DOG.
DOG, really? His
name was DOG.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, at least it wasn't D-O-double-G.
This ain't T-Dog. You should say it was T-Dog. Hey, T-Dog, what's up?
No, I named my dog D-O-double-G-Y.
So, then we also have John. John had a story.
Yeah.
We'll get to the stuff going on at the wall in a minute. First, let's go ahead and go over the rest of the stuff, because a lot of stuff happened in where Daenerys is. Marine. That's what it is.
Yeah, someone got killed too.
Well, there was the whole thing where the Unsullied was like cuddling with a girl.
A hooker.
Yeah, and then very quickly got his throat slit for his troubles. Like, I mean, yeah. Grey Worm didn't like that so much. I think he was a little bit pissed.
Yeah, I think he knew that
Do you
person.
think so? I don't think I detected that in his reaction. Not at all.
So, who was that guy? Who was that guy in mask, anyways? Like, who was that individual?
It's an individual that we don't know.
I don't even say his name because Grey Worm, like, pretty much, he didn't really have the idea why he had no idea who the person was, but he kind of got the idea because when Miss Sunday, whatever you call her name, she asked him about why this Unsullied go to a hooker, a prostitute. He said, "I don't know," but he was lying. Like, I know why, but I'm not going to tell you. So.
Well, every man in this world needs comfort, whether it comes from a female or from a man.
But it's more than that.
Pussy.
But it's more than that, though. It's just more than that, because how it all played out was like that Unsullied was pretty looking for just comfort, which is true. He needed comfort. But at the same time, he was killed by that same prostitute and the guy in the mask. So it's like the guy in the mask is very connected within the Grave Worms a little bit.
Dude, they're the masters.
Yeah, the guy. The mask. He was a little more connected with the Grey Worms. Or Grey Worm. Unsullied.
No, the guy in the mask, who I don't think they actually identify who he is individually, is part of a group that is, I think they're trying to restore, it's hard to tell, but it looks like they're trying to restore slavery back into this. It's a battle between the masters and the slaves, and the people in charge, who is Daenerys and the group.
Oh, that's weird. That kind of got gurgled behind all that nonsense.
It's going to be a weird mix of slavery versus the queen type scenario.
Not this again.
Yeah, and that's just
it's going to play out.
A lot of the slaves want to be slaves again.
No, because they lack purpose.
Or be treated like slaves again.
Because they lack purpose.
They're talking about like the fighting pits. It's like, hey, you know that thing where we used to kill each other? Let's do that again.
Why?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because it makes no sense.
The thing that I think is going to be interesting is like, because we've seen Daenerys kind of become this person's like, she's all about freedom and releasing people from tyranny, and all that's all well and good when you're the conquering hero. But now I think she's going to have to actually start to learn how to rule, because taking something over kind of easy, maintaining a rule and running a place, particularly one is like the size of Marine, and with all of these different factions, the masters and the slaves, and just in this already fairly combative culture, having to rule it, I think is going to be a very, very interesting challenge.
Well,
probably the greatest challenge that Daenerys has had.
Well, the challenge is pretty much giving her people who was slaves purpose. That's the only thing they want the most, is just purpose. Because when they were slaves, they had a purpose, but they don't have a purpose now. They're just confused and lost.
all bullshit aside, she needs Tywin for guidance. Because all her advisors are stupid.
You mean Tyrion?
Well, Tyrion, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She needs
I don't think Tywin would do much good right now.
Well,
Yeah,
he
he-
did.
He was
Unless-
just
unless her
putting
dragons
power
are
glove
better.
on.
Yeah. See,
No,
see,
she
see, that'll
needs-
be that-
She needs the imp because the imp knows how to. He's more of a politician
You know
that works things into his favor. So, yeah, she can conquer, do this and do that, but she has yet to really rule anybody.
Right. Like I said, she's
And
not
that's
getting
what
involved.
she's lacking. And she needs someone who knows how to teach her how to rule. And that's where
Right.
Mr. Little Imp Gimpy comes into play.
You know his name's Tyrion, though.
Look, I don't care what the fuck his name is. His name is not going to be called the Imp.
Okay. Don't look at me, folks. I just said I'm trying to be nice
Luke,
up
do
here.
you know who Wally West is?
You know what I say? Shut the fuck up. You're the one that's like on half the shows we do. You refer to everybody. Everybody is Shovelface. So you don't. Shut the
Hey,
fuck up.
Shovelface is funny. It's not offensive. It's funny. It's funny.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Hey,
Shut
well,
up.
you know what?
Shut
Just for
the
you,
fuck up.
Isaiah, I will refer to him as Peter, at his real name. Peter needs to be here. Hopefully he gets here soon. And he teaches her a thing or two of how to rule a country.
Bingo. See? And they do say Peter.
If you're offended by the
I'm telling
imp,
you,
I am
I'm telling you,
sorry.
he's going to try and teach her more than that. He's going to try and teach her more than that.
And to your point, Isaiah, I'm actually using the political way by saying imp and not calling him a midget.
Well, that's almost close to that.
They're more offended by the word midget than they are anything else.
Don't call him Lucky Charms.
Well, but he's not Lucky Charms.
Exactly. You see what I mean?
Oh God, moving
All
on.
right, so viewers, if you have any complaints or problems, send them directly to Isaiah and Lou, and do not send them to Geeks of the Round. Geeks of the Round does not endorse any fucking thing they say ever.
Yeah.
Well, they
ever,
do.
Ever.
Kind of do. Because
Under no circumstances does Geeks of the Round endorse anything Isaiah has said now, currently, that he's ever said at any point in his life, or anything he will say in the future.
You know it's all fictional now because they know they're agreeing with me already. It's okay.
If you say so.
It's okay.
Let me see. So what else we got in during that?
Yeah.
No, we have the battles. We have what's his face tries to convince Daenerys to change her mind and to do the battles again, and tells his story about how he came to be who he is because of the fighting pits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which was it makes sense, but it was not really a good enough reason to actually put it in motion.
No, if it was me, I'd go ahead. I'd say fuck it and open up the fighting pits.
Yeah, but you're no better than the people who you ruled before, so it's a slippery slope.
No,
I don't know.
consider
You
that being
can
a
you
slippery
can
slope
open
at
the
all.
fighting pits without making it to the death. You take away that one rule, and all of a sudden, someone survives to be in the fucking fighting pits next year. It's
So like boxing or mixed martial arts.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't see how that's a slippery slope at all.
Hey, you never know sometimes.
Well, no, it's like I always know because I'm intelligent.
The thing
yes,
with that,
exactly.
You
you
probably
can't,
I can see how you never know.
you
Hey,
can't open up a fighting pit and not have death, dude. That's just like, really?
Like I said, it's a slippery
That's what
slope.
they want. They want to see
It's
people fight
called
and
fucking
someone
UFC.
die.
Because they're gonna ask for more things too. It's like we're gonna ask for a death bout. Now we're gonna ask for, hey, can you start slavery again, please? Because they might say that. Some of
They
them
already
might say
did! Last season!
Yeah,
Yeah,
they've already been doing that, and Daenerys has already been telling them no. So
yeah, but they might gonna ask for that too. If she said, okay, you get to the pits, cool. And they're gonna say, wait, can you bring up slavery again? I'm just saying, you brought this back. Can we have slavery back now?
Isaiah, you do realize that it's politics, dude.
and this is why Isaiah is, thank the Almighty God, not a politician.
Yes.
Let's be honest. If I was a politician, I would still be better than all the people in Congress.
If he was a politician, my friend, we wouldn't have no government.
That's a good thing, though, because come on, what's the government doing right now? What's it doing it right now?
They're doing their jobs to the best of their ability.
Oh, not doing nothing, not passing bills that might help us.
What? Oh God!
See, there you go.
They're passing the bill of non-slavery.
This is not a political show, so we're just gonna move on now.
So, DeAno, do you know why I joined these hangouts as the Geeks of the Round name and not as Matthew Moore, even when you're running it? Do you know why I do that?
I think I know the answer, but we know why. That would be why.
There. Because then I can fucking hide Isaiah.
Mm-hmm. That's coming in handy. It definitely comes in handy.
So, are we touching up on the Jon Snow part?
Yeah.
Right.
Time to go to the wall.
I'm pretty sure he still knows nothing. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
he doesn't know. No, he doesn't know nothing.
Someone
He
needs
said
to
it too.
educate that boy.
In fact, the guy said the same thing. Like, you're a good boy, but you still don't know why I do everything while I'm dying for my cause. You don't know nothing, Jon Snow. You know nothing.
What?
I
Oh, no.
don't know. I don't know.
The guy was saying the same thing as the other lady was saying. You don't know nothing, Jon Snow.
Okay, so John, of course, just came back from this big old battle. He's the big fucking hero of the battle. And he is told that he has basically a couple hours to go to the king beyond the wall, talk him into fucking joining them to actually attack and take over his old house.
Winterfell.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, I had a brain fart for taking over Winterfell, and he
like
doesn't
that was
like
actually
idea
going to
much.
happen.
Yeah.
Like seriously, like for him to even make that request shows that he had no idea who Mance is. There was exactly 0% chance of him bending a knee to anyone ever for any reason.
Right.
That's just not who that character is.
If it was fair, he still wouldn't do it. Like, I'm not gonna do it. No.
He gave his reasons. That was a good thing.
There was reasons make perfectly good sense. It was like, yeah, it makes perfect sense. He was honest too. He was like, yeah, I'm scared. I don't want to die, but it's something I believe in. This is my cause. I'm willing to die for my own cause.
Oh yeah, and when he found out how he was gonna die, he did not like that idea at all.
No, he did not like. Oh,
He's all like, oh shit, oh fuck, by fire. Oh, that's
He changed it too, like, oh.
Fire burns slow and it's agonizing.
It's torture.
Yeah.
It's
Makes me think, damn, do I have to be this strong-willed motherfucker or what?
Like, I want to take hanging or chop my head off, but please don't burn. Please don't burn me. Don't burn me, bro. Don't burn me. No.
This isn't prison where you get to pick your death, fool, or you get a last meal. No, we burning you, bitch.
It's like, really? Now, it was kind of funny, too. He changed his whole demeanor, like, oh, they're going to burn me? Fuck.
Yeah, the meter did change.
We're gonna burn you, and if you're very, very, very lucky, we're not gonna feed you to your own wildlings. Like that's pretty much what it said right there.
Basically.
That's how I think. Yeah.
I say, I don't want to scream for those people. I don't want to scream out there. Like, no, I don't want to scream out there. He still had to fall back and like, it's my cause, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's like he was struggling
And
not
then
to.
John fucking breaks the rules again.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And fucking just kills his ass.
Yeah, it's
Like seriously,
All his mercy.
at some point, you're fucking throwing John into a prison cell and
kill him.
losing the key.
Yeah.
Or killing
Right.
him. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Like,
it's like
that shit has to
he's
happen.
like Jon
broke the
Snow
rules.
treats rules kind of the same way that I do. It's like I don't consider them rules. I consider them suggestions, and maybe I'll follow them. Maybe I won't. It depends on the situation. It's like because I get it because again it's like I am kind of the same way. It's like at any given point I'm gonna do what I think is right. Rules be damned, and I think that's kind of the same direction that Jon Snow is coming from.
Right.
Rules are there, but it's like this wasn't right. I mean, taking this man and burning him alive like that,
It's
that's
awful.
just wrong.
It's really awful. I didn't like watching that scene either. It was just very graphic because being burned alive is torture itself. It takes its time to kill you.
Hey, now, we got a few squirms and
graphic.
scratches
I don't
from
believe you.
He whimpered a little bit. We got a little bit of agonizing pain from him. Just put the man out of misery. And that's what Josh decided to do.
That was a good shot, though.
Well, maybe in a secret life he's someone else.
Exactly. He could be the snow.
What? Oh, dear God. My head hurts.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, but it's going to be interesting to see or what happens as this season continues on. It's like, I mean, so far I'm really liking the direction of it. I'm also curious because like we are aware that this season is going to diverge pretty strongly from the books, and actually it's like, I mean, the death of Mance Rayder is actually a large part of that because the books, he ain't dead.
Hey.
So.
But I think that's the beauty part behind it, because unlike The Walking Dead, where it's a comic book and pretty much everyone's gonna bitch him on behind that, The Walking Dead, you read the books itself, but you're not really hounding people. Oh, you should read the book. You should read the book. The show itself is making it more different and pretty much staying away a little bit more as time goes on from the books. So it gives more leeway for the people who like the books and people who are just new to the show itself. So I like that more from Game of Thrones than from Walking Dead. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. But does anyone have anything else they wanted to bring up about this episode?
I'm looking forward to the next one. Waiting for some action.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's like we've had a lot of talking, a lot of story happen, but yeah, it's definitely time for some action. You know, now we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. It's like Game of Thrones is just beginning its 5th season. And, of course, Geeks It Around will be with you every single step of the way right here at youtube.com/geeksaround. If you have anything for us, you can always contact us via email at geeksaround@gmail.com. Or you can call and leave us a message on the voicemail. The number for that is 801-609-GOTR. Again, that is 801-609-4687. Until next time, my name is DeAno Jackson. This has been the Geeks Around Discussion Vidcast for Game of Thrones. We will see you next time.